What did you do with your weekend? Because I did this. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to some more Raw thoughts. Would you believe we're in September now? Oh no, I know I wouldn't. That was me, well, it wasn't me. That's what I did on Saturday. I went to Zip World in Wales and went on the largest zip wire in Europe, which is nice. It was my surprise birthday present from my dad. So cheers to that one, Pa. That was amazing. So this week, Raw starts off with Triple H. In the ring, he calls out Randy Orton. He brings out Randy Orton. He's not calling out, is he? Brings out Randy Orton, who says he's the face of WWE. So if you diss me, then by proxy, you're dissing the WWE. There's some sound logic in there, I suppose. Last week, Daniel Bryan defaced his escalator on SmackDown. He defaced Daniel Bryan. Lovely, it's all good. He plays a yes-no game with the crowd, saying should he give up his title shot. Blah, blah, blah. Triple H gets on the mic, blames us. I thought blames up because I'm a retard. Oh yes, blames us for Daniel Bryan's continual getting owned because we encourage him by chanting yes. Oh yes. I'm sorry, Daniel. I just like chanting when I'm there at Raw. I just like chanting yes because everyone else is doing it, and it's the hip thing with the kids, you know. Anyway, this brings out. Triple H compares Daniel Bryan to Doink the Clown, who he could have chosen anyone really because someone who didn't die a couple of weeks ago. But they're both really popular. And they're both bad for business. That's pretty much it. This brings Bryan out. He's naturally thrilled about being compared to Doink the Clown, as you can imagine it. Bryan says a better comparison would be Triple H and Randy Orton, saying that Triple H sold out by going corporate, while Orton had the belt handed to him. I thought winning the Money in the Bank and then Triple H getting the pedigree was... Can I help you with something? Sorry, my rabbit is right here. Come here. Come here. Let people see you. Come here. Come here, young lady. What do you think of Raw? I think it was terrible. Yeah. Lily thinks it was awful. Didn't you? There we go. Anyway, go in there. Yes. Anyway, so bottom line is that Bryan does a yes-no game also with should he give up his title shot, and is Stephanie more of a man than Randy Orton. That's quite funny. Orton says the beatings will continue until Bryan stops trying. But Bryan says that no one ever told Bryan says that no one ever told Orton that he can't do anything. Bryan has constantly been told he can't do something. He can't do this. He can't do that. He was told he could never do this, never do that, could never be WWE champion. And that makes him know that he can win things, while Orton's just been given things. He knows he can beat Orton for the belt. And they know it as well, or they would just let him fight one-on-one. They wouldn't keep doing all this stuff with the Shield. Randy may have the championship, but he doesn't have the heart of a champion. Now, of course, I'm naturally not doing this any justice, so I'm trying to condense it down because this went 15 minutes, easily 15 minutes long. Triple H says that they shouldn't be mad at us. You shouldn't be mad at us at all, Bryan. You should be mad at the Big Show, because the Big Show has got this ironclad contract, yet hasn't done anything at all while we've been doing all this stuff. And it's like, oh, they mentioned it. Brilliant, because I'm sure, everyone saw last week, every review probably ever was just going, what about this fucking ironclad contract? I assume. If anyone picked it up like I assume everyone picked it up like I did. And yeah, Hunter basically makes a Big Show versus Daniel Bryan tonight. Continues the story. Crowd interaction, all happy days. And yeah, this was good. It was way too long. And then when we come back from the commercial break, Triple H and Randy Orton are backstage, happy. They come across Cody Rhodes, who applauds the main event, but says to to Randy Orton, like, come on, I know you. You're not scared, Daniel Bryan. Why are you doing this? And this makes them both very mad. They say that this is best for business. And while we're here, you didn't invite us to our wedding, so to your wedding, because apparently Cody Rhodes is getting married. So tonight, it's you versus Randy Orton, and if you lose, you're fired. Happy days. The McMahon-Helmsley regime is back in full force once again, isn't it? Fucking A. Yeah, our first match of the night is Miz defeating Fandango. Two people I don't want to ever see on my TV screen if I can help it. Apparently, Fandango suffers a broken nose during the match, which is nice, I suppose. I mean, if anything to keep him off my TV screen. And a figure four gets the win for Miz. In the back, Booker T gives Bryan some advice, says that he shouldn't wrestle at Night of Champions. Bryan comes back with, tell me you didn't just say that. That makes me smile. And we get a recap of last week's Paul Heyman and CM Punk stuff. And then it's Dolph Ziggler comes out, and it looks like he's facing Dean Ambrose, but no, he's not. He's just getting battered a bit by Dean. And then his real opponent is Ryback, who gets chanted at, you can't wrestle at him. This match is, well, Ryback's a bully, and Dolph Ziggler's got a lot of fighting spirit, shall we say, and that was this match in a fucking nutshell. As every time Ryback kept battering him down, as Dolph kept getting back up because he's got so much guts, and you're just like, okay, all right, fine. I'd rather see this than Ryback beating someone up backstage for no apparent reason, I suppose. In the back, Brad Maddox tells Stephanie that Show won't fight Bryan. Stephanie says she'll sort it out in the ring, and Los Matadors are coming. So, in the ring, Stephanie comes out. She says she wants to talk to someone who influenced her as a youngster. When Big Show comes out, when Show looked at her, when he looks at her, you're looking at your 12-year-old friend. Now, the Big Show joined the WWF in February 1999, when Stephanie McMahon, of course, was 23. So, yeah, why not? She said, I don't know. I just don't know. She says that Show is broke and that if he doesn't perform tonight, he's in breach of his ironclad contract, which can't be ironclad if he's in breach of contract. For his family, he will wrestle tonight. And she mentioned something about Giants not living as long as normal, I think it was. And then, this hurts her a lot more than it hurts me. Gives him a sympathetic hug, leaves the Show, looks like he's about to cry. And I think Steph was great in this, to be honest. The last 2 weeks she's been brilliant. I really think that. Even if she's just a little bit out with those dates. No, you weren't 12. Oh, no, you weren't. Oh, no. And then I'm watching this live, believe it or not. If you can believe this, I'm watching this live. And we get 2 seconds of Edge's theme music, and then it cuts to commercial. So, okay. I'm told that Edge will be back next week. I think they mentioned it later on in the show, actually. And then on the app, when we come back, on the app, we see that Show has smashed up some furniture backstage. Yay. And then the Primetime Players defeated Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal of 3MB fame in a match that made a lot more sense than last week. Because last week, of course, if you remember, it was Titus O'Neil getting owned, so Darren Young could get the hot tag. I felt that was wrong because the two, Titus is such a bigger guy than Darren. This week, that's what they did. Darren Young got owned. Happy days. Tag to Titus O'Neil. Here it's a main event spinebuster for the win. Oh yeah! And then in the back, Paul Heyman is with Brad Maddox, who now that the McMahon-Helmsley faction of evil are back again. Do you not think Brad Maddox is a bit superfluous to requirements? Do you not think that he really is just like, right, what is your purpose on this show? To have a conversation with Steph, to have a conversation with Paul, and that's it. Anyway, Paul Heyman's vexed because Brad Maddox gave us, the universe, on our app, the chance to decide what happened in the match last week. I'm sure you remember. And now he's vexed at Brad because it's Heyman and Curtis Axel versus CM Punk at Night of Champions. And then he says that's not good for business. And of course, that's Triple H's cue. And then he comes and says, well, it's almost my cue, wasn't it? It's like, fucking A. And you sat there, like I say, you're just looking at Brad Maddox going, and the point of view is what? What is the point in a general manager on this fucking show? Anyway, Triple H says he's been an admirer of Paul Heyman's for a long time for the way he weasels out of things. And he approves of the match because he'll either get to weasel out of something again, which will be good, or CM Punk's going to batter him, which is good. This was a little tiny bit babyface, I thought, but it achieves what it needs to, doesn't it? Bray Wyatt cuts a promo, so it's shown on a video package comparing Kane to Icarus, which is lovely. Randy Orton defeats Cody Rhodes. I don't know why, but when they cut to this one, they cut back from commercial, you hear Cody shout, "Why don't you do me a favour, Brad?" on the mic. And I don't know why that happens, I'm afraid. Maybe I missed something out by not having the app. Oh no. I enjoyed this match a lot. Decent length, wasn't a squash. Cody looked like a player in this one. And by God, did you hear the pop for the crossroads and the near fall they got off? That was absolutely fucking fantastic. Disaster kick misses, he lands hard on his knee, Randy Orton clips the knee and then hits the RKO, which is a move that drives the face into the mat and has no bearing on the knee. But hey, there's a little tiny bit of storytelling there, and people may have spotted it and oh look, some storytelling there. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, right, so the way I look at it is this. An RKO gets the win, like I say. 13 minutes long, Triple H comes out, puts Cody over and says he respects him, but it's not enough, and he fires him. He is fired. That's all good and well, right? So, yeah, we'll have that one. That's now 3 returning babyfaces we've got to combat the McMahon-Helmsley faction of death, haven't we? And the other 2, of course, being Sheamus and John Cena. It's all good. I'm all good with this, I suppose. I didn't think I would be at first, but I enjoyed the match, and it's like, yeah, go on, here we go. Punk out, cuts a bit of a weird promo this one. He says he doesn't make promises until tonight, because he promises that no more empty threats or talking because he doesn't know what to say next. He then says he doesn't want to talk about the biblical ass whooping that Paul Heyman is going to get at Night of Champions. Sorry, for some reason I've written NOC each time on my notes, yeah? That, of course, is Night of Champions. But when I'm writing my notes for a match, yeah, NOC is number 1 contender. So I keep going to say that. I should have thought this one through a little more. I did mention before, I'm not quite right up here. Anyway, Heyman is... he wants to guarantee to the people that he will get past Curtis Axel, and then he says if you order Night of Champions, we'll see a side of Punk we haven't seen before. Some people may not like him, may not like it. Heyman won't like it, and last week Heyman said to Punk that he broke his heart. Well, at Night of Champions, Paul Heyman, I'm going to break your face. Fantastic. But it's just one of those things. He says no more empty promises, no more empty threats or talking, and then starts talking. And it's just one of those, oh, you know? It's like, that doesn't make a lot of sense. In the back, Show and Bryan are in the locker room. Show says he doesn't want to fight Bryan tonight, but he's under a lot of pressure. Bryan says it doesn't matter what you think. He's going to do what he has to do. Show says he's in a no-win situation tonight, and Bryan says he isn't in a no-win situation, and tonight he's going to beat Show, just like I did to win my first world title. Why not? Then we get a recap of AJ's promo from last week. Brie Bella versus Natalya versus Naomi happened. Not sure who wins, as AJ, who've been doing out guest commentary, hit the ring and attacked all 3 women, which is lovely. The match lasted 1 minute and 30 seconds. Oh yes, for a number 1 contender Divas match, why the fuck not? And guess what, guys? Los Matadores are coming. Yay. Shit. RVD versus defeated Damien Sandow. I really, really hope that Ricardo goes away really soon, because that spiel in English is fucking atrocious. In the Mark P world, of course, this will be a disqualification finish, or there'll be a screwy finish, there'll be a count out, or something, because you've got the number 1 contender and the money back in the bank briefcase holder. Neither of these two should be losing, but of course, it's Damien Sandow, so you know, he's going to lose. ADR came out and stood at the top of the ramp to watch. Now, he could have interfered. He could have cost one or both, both of them the match. Fuck it. Attack them both. They're both your enemies, Alberto. Attack them both. You're a heel. You're allowed to do that. Are you not? But nah, fuck it. Frog Splash gets the win after about 10 minutes, exclusively on the app. Stephanie McMahon talks to the 3 girls from the match earlier on and makes it a 4-way match at Night of Champions. Now, this is exclusively on the app, but we get to see it. So tell me, WWE, what's the point in me having the app? If you're going to have something that's exclusively on the app, and then you're still going to play it on Raw, because that means if I've got the app, I've got to watch it twice. And that doesn't sound very appealing to me. But hey, we get a recap of Rhodes versus Orton earlier on, and then Josh, the nice man that he is, oh man, he talks to Cody as he's been escorted from the building. You know, Cody goes off on one, talks about Dusty Rhodes, talks about Gold Dust, and it's all good and well and everything. And then Josh Matthews, like an absolute knob, says, "Is there anything you want to say to your fiance watching at home?" It's like, and yes, no. You put yourself in that position for a second, you're like, no, I'd rather go outside. talk to her on the phone if that's alright, instead of doing it in front of the world. Dick. It's like that. What pay-per-view was it I've done recently, a 1997 one. Do you remember where Medusa got fired and Mean Gene straight in her face giving her loads of shit for it? Oh, mate. And then, I'm going to get the wrong. I haven't written who won because I'm a prat. I'm going to assume the Big Show won because of the disqualification. No, sure, Daniel Bryan won. I don't know. Anyway, the main event was a really good match. I love the storytelling of this one because Daniel Bryan wants to fight Big Show, doesn't want to fight him. So every time Big Show does anything, he's constantly stopping him. Like, come on, look, you don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. You don't have to fight. I don't want to fight you. I really like that. I liked it when Bryan went for the missile dropkick and Big Show countered it with a huge spear. I liked that one. That was all good. He loads up the KO punch and the fans are chanting no at him. So he's all confused and he goes to leave the match, which brings out Triple H and the Shield. Triple H orders Show to continue the match. Show says no. This brings in the Shield into the match and they attack Daniel Bryan. That gets the disqualification. Happy days. Now Show gets back in the ring, wants to fucking go at him. Triple H wants to go at the Shield. Triple H plays the financial card, so Big Show tries to leave again. This brings Stephanie McMahon out, and it's almost like she's playing the good cop, as she said, "Come on, you've got to do this for your family." So he gets in the ring, and in a nice little touch, it's like he loads up the punch, and then he lunges just a little bit at Triple H, and Steph puts herself between Hunter and Big Show, so he eventually does the KO punch. He feels disgusted in himself. A few of the crowd chant, "You sold out." And then, oh god, did I miss the triple bomb? Yeah, I did. The Shield had triple bombs Daniel Bryan right in front of the Big Show. There's nothing he could do about it, and that brought about the KO punch. I'm sorry. And then, Randy Orton comes out to stand over the fallen Daniel Bryan to close out the show, and that was that. Not really sure on this. In the ring, there was 3 matches, in my opinion, which were Orton vs. Rhodes, Sandow vs. RVD, and the main event. They delivered. They were all right matches, in my opinion. And in the storylines, the Daniel Bryan stuff is all is all good going forward. The Punk vs. Heyman stuff is interesting. Incidentally, I can't be the only person who doesn't think that Paul Heyman is going to get beat tonight at Champions. I think in a match like they've got, in a handicap match like this, I think there's too many loopholes, because by the sound of it, it's an elimination match, right? So if Curtis Axel is beaten, Punk gets Heyman. But surely if there's a count out or a disqualification on it, he can just get himself counted out or disqualified. Yeah, look at it this way. Axel gets pinned, yeah? He gets a fucking chair, takes out Punk. That's the end of the match. Because it'll be disqualification. So Punk wins via DQ, but he doesn't get his hands on Heyman. Happy days. I can't be the only thing about this storyline is probably going to go to WrestleMania, isn't it? And they're going to do Punk versus Brock Lesnar for the second time. So they've got a lot of mileage still to go. And I just think that CM Punk getting his hands on Paul Heyman right now isn't going to make a lot of sense. Also, guys, don't expect Bryan to win at Night of Champions, because that one has also got a lot of these storylines are going to be going on until WrestleMania, so there's a lot of mileage left to run with these ones. And like I say, it wouldn't make sense for Daniel Bryan to get the championship back here. He would get just yet. In fact, if it was me, I said this last week, I wouldn't be doing this match at all. But that's just me. So yeah, I enjoyed this about as much as I did last week. A solid show, nothing awesome, nothing terrible, a solid in the middle of the road show, and I enjoyed it. So what did you think of Raw? I'd love to know. Let me know down below. My next video will be a episode of 97th Heaven, and I'm going to be looking at the Ground Zero pay-per-view, which is going to be fun. Bret Hart versus Patriot, Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, and much, much more. I hope you've enjoyed this vid as much as I've enjoyed making it. I've been Mark P. Take it easy. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Take it easy, guys.